Everyone wants to work from themselves these days, but no one warns you about this side of being a business owner. You have to spend money to make money. This week, Verona Active has made $0, so zero sales, no money coming in, but I've still spent $1,500 in expenses for the business. So $72 went to my Shopify subscription, $35 went to my accounting software, $5 went to my Google Business account, and the biggest one of all, over $1,000 went into the creation of new samples. I know that sounds like a lot for a small business that's not making too much, but I just need to see this as laying groundwork for something much bigger and better in the future. And if you're in the same boat, this is a message to just keep grinding. It will pay off, and just get that debit card ready.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Well, Tariff War is on, and I just wanted to jump on and explain how it's affecting my small business, Thread Vision. We create custom products for entrepreneurs, businesses, content creators, anyone that wants to launch a brand, and we import all of our custom product from China. So we are responsible for paying the tariffs for the product to enter the country, and we are feeling it today. So we are contacting all of our clients to discuss strategy. The hard part is that things are changing by the hour. So it's hard to put a concrete plan in place when we know things could change the next minute. So we have product in the works, we have product on the water, and we have product at port, and we are going to navigate the situation as best we can. We have wonderful partners that are going to help us through everything, and we will communicate transparently to our clients what's going on. But in the bigger sense of the business, this is just incredibly challenging, costly, stressful. So if you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them, your opinion on the situation. Yeah, but that is day one. I think I'm going to do a little series and give you an update daily on what's going on.
So I'm just going to be completely vulnerable with you guys and let you guys know exactly what's going on and how I'm feeling, because I made a promise to myself that I'm going to be super transparent on here, letting you know how it is going running my small business. So honestly, today I am so overwhelmed. I know I look crazy because I'm just all over the place, and I feel so stressed out right now. And I know I always get like this when I look at the finances, because it's just a lot for me to process. And I was going to tell you what I'm going through right now. So I have used Fair before to like purchase from some businesses where we sell their items, and I purchased like a lot of stuff towards the end of last year because we were part of like these really big events that we thought we were going to go better but didn't. And on Fair, you don't have to pay right away. You have like 60-day terms, and now I have a bunch of invoices due over this week. So all the invoices that I have due by the end of this month equals $795.87. And in our business account, we have about $300 because we just haven't been making sales. So then that adds the stress onto me, because that money, I need to figure out where to come up with it, like on my personal expenses. And it's just like small business struggles. I'm so like, today I feel like giving up, even though I'm not going to, but today is rough. And then on top of that, like, I'm like, okay, I know that since we're not making sales, like to get money in, I need to do pop-ups. Okay, I already have our first pop-up scheduled for the end of March. And I've been sitting on my bed for the last hour trying to go through and find different pop-ups that I can do where it works out for my schedule, because I live really far. I have to drive. I really could only do it on Saturdays, which is just like a headache. Some days I have good days where I feel positive, and some days I have really low days, like today, where I just want to curl up in bed because I feel like I'm doing everything wrong. Like my business is never going to be successful. Like I keep trying to take these steps forward, but I can't grow without money, and I can't afford to like put everything up myself. So it's just like, it's a rough day today. And I wanted to come on here and let you guys know like what's going on, because I want you guys to not only see like the good that happens, I want you to see like the real and like the bad and like the daily struggles that I have. And the small business life is not for the weak. And I know it's not helping that I'm feeling so defeated when it comes to our Instagram, because I honestly just hate posting on Instagram, and I feel like I can't help but compare our Instagram to others, and I can never find like an aesthetic. I'm not good at posting, and I'm just beating myself up.
I was talking to a friend about what it's like to run your own business, and how it's so hard to motivate yourself. Like we were both just feeling like we were the biggest procrastinators and feeling that anxiety over us, just feeling like we're not doing enough. At the end of the call, we just felt really refreshed and we felt seen. And so this is your reminder that if you are running your own business, don't isolate yourself. meet with other founders, meet with other friends that are also hustling, and share about your struggles. Because I think in the sharing, you really see that, okay, it's not just me. I'm not failing. I'm doing what I can, right? So, yeah. That's all.
I've made this video to show you what running a new small business is really like. I am struggling. 1 week I will do well and then I won't have any sales for a while. I'm so stuck and I don't know what to do. It's really hard. I have all of this stock that isn't moving and have invested so much money.
Happy Friday, everyone. I thought I would jump in and let you know about the difficulties that I'm going through right now. I just had a customer email us and let us know that she wants to swap a fragrance, but she already used it. It just blows my mind. How can you use something that now can't be resold anymore? Second thing is she bought a 10 milliliter bottle of this fragrance. Clearly stated on the website, on the product page and refund and return policy that our 10 milliliter bottles are excluded from return or refund. And let me tell you why. 10 milliliter bottles are screw neck. Anyone can open this, put in it whatever they want. I'm not saying they will, but I can't bear the responsibility of getting a 10 milliliter bottle shipped back and resell it to another customer and feeling fine if anything happens. And this is my refund and return policy. Hence why my 30 and 50 milliliter bottles come with a sample size where you can try the sample size first before breaking the seal. Let me also show you. This is how your 30 milliliter or 50 milliliter bottles arrive. They are sealed. That's why you're getting this with a 2 milliliter bottle for free. You don't even have to pay the $10 for it. This comes with this one for free. You can try this first. If you don't like it, you have 7 days to return this one back to us. And out of my goodwill, I told her she can return the bottle back. Even though I can't resell it anymore, she can pay us for the shipping out of a new bottle. She didn't like that either. I have to pay twice. That's almost the price of a bottle. I have to pay for a shipping as well. You think I can just rock up at Australia Post and be like, oh, this customer paid prior for their first shipping, so the second shipping should be for free? They will look at me like, please guys, I had to actually get this out of my system. I thank God that it's only a handful of people, but it's still a yuck feeling to even go through that process. I'm absolutely shook that people want to have help and attack you. I believe as long as I do everything with love, respect, understanding, compassion, not being rude to those customers, I'm just saying, hey, I'm already happy and willing to do something that the website clearly states we're not, out of my goodwill, which means I won't be able to sell that bottle anymore. I have to still wear the cost, obviously, of it. And then to go ahead and be like, oh, so you want me to pay for the shipping out as well? Yes, because I'm already paying for the bottle now that you're getting, which you shouldn't have, because that's now the second bottle that you're getting that you have not paid for and won't pay for. So I would say it is fair for you to pay for the shipping out. I'm just confused right now. I'm already doing things that I shouldn't have because you haven't read the policy. It's because of you wanted to give a bad review, not me. I fulfilled your order in time, 24-hour dispatch. You got your order beautifully packed. Everything was fulfilled on my end. I will never devalue my business and the things I stand for just because someone tries to threaten me with, I'm going to leave a bad review because I haven't read the policy. Because I made a mistake by purchasing a bottle that is excluded from a refund and return. Safety of my customers come first. Go on and on about it. Anyways, I will let you go. Other businesses that must struggle with the same thing. I can't be the only one. I just feel so sorry for us sometimes. Go girl, boy, whatever, whoever. Running a small business, you got this. Much love.
Nobody talks about the struggles of running a small business. It is so hard to run a small business, especially a small business that's doing well. It is so hard to keep it up and running. Number one, people think you're so rich. Well, I live in California. We are struggling out here to survive. It is so expensive to live out here. Inflation is at an all-time high. So number one, I'm not rich. Yes, the business is doing well, but it also costs a lot to run a business. I pay for so many things on the back end to keep this business running. And on top of that, I have to pay for my personal bills as well. You know, car payment, rent, utilities, all of that. So I'm not rich. I wish I was rich. I wish I was rolling in cash, but I'm not. Number two, you have to have the patience of a saint. I'm telling you, there are so many unresourceful people out there who will ask you all the questions in the world where they can find the answer on my page, anywhere on my page, if they simply just do a little bit of research. I can make a post promoting a product. I can put the size, I can put the price, I can put the website, I can put all the details in there, and people will still DM me, comment, email, all of that, and ask me like, where can I buy this? How much is this? Do you have this size? Do you have that size? And I'm not gonna lie, it drives me crazy sometimes. And I'm sorry, I love you guys. I do. I appreciate my customers. I don't mind answering like, questions here and there, but my DMs get flooded with messages of people asking me questions that they can find the answers to if they just look. Number one, all the prices are on my website. Number two, all the sizes are on my website. Number three, if I don't have it on my website, I don't have it. That's not to be mean or shady towards, customers. I absolutely appreciate everybody's support, but I'm telling you, you have to have so much patience to deal with this. I still respond to people in the nicest way possible. I can't get to everybody's DMs because I'm telling you, it is just flooded right now. And I can't get to every single one, but I do try to post like a generic message publicly, answering people's questions. But a lot of times people don't read that stuff. So it is hard. You have to have so much patience. Number four, you have to find ways to stay relevant. You have to keep up with the trends. You have to create content that will keep people coming back. And it takes a lot. I mean, I've learned so much about marketing. I've learned so much about social media. Like I'm an introvert. I'm still an introvert. And it takes everything in me to put myself in front of a camera and record and talk. Like a lot of people say like, oh, like you're a natural at this, like you do so well in front of the camera, but they don't know that I'm dying inside. It's hard to put yourself in front of the camera. I was absolutely disgusted and I was cringing at myself when I did my very first reel. Like it was so I still do that. Like I'll record a reel of myself, I'll post it, and I'll never watch it again. I'll just let people comment on it or whatever, but I will never go back and watch it. It's hard to put yourself out there, but it is what it is. Like I've been doing it for 2 years now, but let me tell you, I am an introvert. I'm an introvert. But that is just a glimpse of the struggles that I face as a small business owner. I'm so grateful for this life though. I mean, it has its ups and downs, and God has been just so good to us. And I will never, ever take this life for granted. I'm so grateful for the platform that He provided. I'm just sharing some of the struggles that I face as a small business owner. But it's a struggle, but it's worth it for me. I'm just so grateful. I just had to let that out. And that's my dog back there.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's continue the video.
The 3 things I've been struggling with as a female founder and boutique studio owner in my 20s. Let's get into it. So if you are new here, my name is Kinsey West. I am a 25-year-old as of 2 weeks ago. Just turned 25, and I'm the owner of True Form Fitness and The Format Fitness, which are 2 boutique fitness studios located in Nashville, Tennessee. And I was talking with a friend last night, and she was like, Kinsey, you do such a good job of sharing with people like the day in the life of a studio owner and 25-year-old entrepreneur, but you don't really touch on like the moments in time where you might be struggling with things, or I don't know, there's like obviously so many incredible emotions, but there's also like real stuff to this. And so this morning I was like reflecting and just so grateful on just everything that's been going on in life, but then also did write down a couple of things that I'm wanting to move past and stop struggling with that have been on my mind lately. And the first of which, I don't know, this might just be me. Other, entrepreneurs can tap in here, but I have this like degree of perfection that I aim to achieve in everything that I do. And when you are opening up a new business, perfection is just not always going to be the case. And so I've been really trying to let go of this like unrealistic expectation of the flow of things and the execution of things. For example, my Hot Pilates studio that I just opened, like I want everything to literally be so perfect for every class and every moment to be so consistent day to day. And there's just things that happen. I mean, heck, there's like construction that still needs to happen at certain times and new instructors that are just getting the hang of things. It's all amazing, but I'm trying to let go of that extreme perfection and desire to execute everything perfectly because everything's new and everyone's learning. The second thing I'm struggling with, which I feel like those of you who know me know that this is just kind of always a struggle, is my time management with like specifically work-life balance, which is so, I don't know, sounds so cliche, so hard. I get home at night and the past 2 nights, my computer has shut off at 10 o'clock and then I'm up again at 5. And my sweet husband is so incredible and such a champion of me and what I want to do. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, gosh, my hair right now, cut it off. So really wanting to work on like learning the boundaries of when work shuts off, especially when it's your baby and your favorite thing in the world. And at this point now I have 3 studios. So just learning how to time manage and have boundaries with work and life. That would be number 2. And then the last thing, which is such a fun thing, and I would be pinching myself if I even said this like last year, It's learning what to say yes to and what to say no to, specifically in terms of opportunity. I feel like every day I'm opening up my email, or like if somebody's reaching out to me and there's some incredible opportunity, just because there's been so much traction lately with the studios and all the things. But I was talking with Tanner last night, and there is such thing as a good opportunity and a God opportunity, and understanding kind of the difference. That way I'm not saying yes to a million things, and making sure that what I say yes to, I stick to and I do it well, especially kind of taking it back to my first point. Like I want to execute everything really well, sometimes too perfect, but if I say yes to everything, I'm not able to say good yeses, and I'm just kind of spreading myself too thin. And so hopefully this was encouraging to any other small business owner, or I don't know, really anybody out there that might be, you know, having little moments, especially with work life, that it's hard to balance, or there's just so much going on and you just need a time to reflect. I just hope this was a little encouraging, because I feel like I'm living in the middle of a miracle. Like every single second of my day, I'm like, how is this my life? Yet at the same time, there's still so many moments and so many points of it where I'm like, hey, kind of got to get my head on straight and work through some of these things. So that is today's little talking moment while I get ready. We are off now to teach a couple classes, do some Zoom meetings, and because I'm crazy, location scout for another. Peace.
I have ran 2 small businesses in the past before, and let me just tell you, you have to worry about so much once you have your own business. You have to worry about so many things: costs, products, materials, equipment, and a host of all of these things, fees, accounting fees, legal fees, and all of these costs that you have to deal with every single day, every single week, every single month is literally insane. It's a lot. This is exactly why startups fail, because of all of these pressures that you have to handle as a startup. Number one. Number two, you have to pay yourself as well. It's extremely challenging, and it's a lot. It's a lot for a lot of people. This is exactly why. At the start, you have so many struggles, so many hardships to handle constantly, all at the same time as well. And it's a lot. And at times, it's just too much for a lot of people.
I'm embarrassed that the business is failing right now. The small businesses out there are struggling, and it's not being spoken about. I have sat and felt so alone for the last 3 months with our business going backwards and backwards and backward. We're an online women's clothing fashion store. Now we're at a standpoint where the next 3 months in business is either going to make us or break us. I haven't been showing up in my business lately, and there's a reason for that. One, I have my own personal brand, and I am a very authentic, true person. And so showing up on my business page socials, here we are, this is new, this is exciting, this is what's happening, like we can't wait for everything to come. It's not true. Yes, I can't wait for everything to come, but I'm also so financially fucking stressed about all of that stuff coming, so I can't sit here and create content and be bright and happy and bubbly and excited when that is not what I'm feeling towards my business internally. Internally, I am feeling fucking overwhelmed, stressed. I am feeling uncreative. I don't want to even open the fucking laptop. Like, that's where we're at. And today I had this click, right? This aha moment where I was like, Jess, doing what you're doing isn't helping. It's not moving you forward. So what you need to do is what I'm doing now, and I'm getting here and I'm showing up and I'm telling it the fuck how it is, so that you guys know how hard it is for so many small businesses right now. It's not just us. I have hundreds of people flooding into my DMs to tell me how they feel the same, and they're so glad that someone's finally talking about it. I think what it is it's embarrassment. That's what I've come to. I'm embarrassed that the business is failing right now. That's just what it is. But not doing anything and not showing up, I'm holding myself back because I'm fucking embarrassed. Am I gonna let it all fucking crumble in front of me because I'm embarrassed that it's not working right now? There's no fucking way. Today, I needed to come here, I needed to get this off my chest, and I needed to tell you guys exactly how it is so that I can show up. And I'm gonna share with you the process of rebuilding my business, because not only is it gonna be helpful for me, other small businesses are gonna feel less alone.
Why does owning a business seem so easy for everyone else, but so hard for you? Well, that's because you can't see what's really happening behind the scenes. We hear so much about how fabulous and easy it is to own a business, but no one actually shows you what goes on behind the curtain. See, I work with business owners all the time who feel like they're doing something wrong because it's not easy for them. It's just not flowing. They think it's them. But the truth of the matter is, people only show you the highlight reel or the after effect, not what it took to get there. So you're not doing anything wrong. One thing that did help me early on was when I stopped trying to balance work and life separately. Take today, for example. We're adventuring, we're traveling, we're having fun. But what you don't see are the 10 phone calls while doing my makeup, the 2 proposals sent while the kids were eating morning muffins, the stop at the warehouse to grab parts, and shipping boxes on the way to the museum. See, it's not about avoiding all those tasks, but about embracing the integration of work, family, life, enjoying each part and taking the moment inside of each moment. So, change your perspective, not your efforts. Also, anyone who tells you it's just easy and everything flows in your business is either not being truthful or they're speaking from a place in your future and not sharing the how they got their piece. Just saying.
So I'm a personal trainer and a nutritionist in the New Jersey area, and this is one thing that has brought me so much confusion in the 4 years that I've been in business. And long story short, people invest in training and they'll buy a whole package of 8 sessions, a package of 12 sessions that'll cover you for the month. And they will come to 1 to 2 sessions and then completely ghost me. And you would think I would get upset because you're ghosting me, right? Which, you know, I kind of do a little bit because, like, damn, what did I do? You paid me already. You paid me a large sum of money, not something small, like in the hundreds. And you don't show up. Those sessions just like poof. What do you do for a living that allows you to throw money in the garbage, or better yet, my pocket, as if nothing? They don't even ask for a refund. They literally disappear. I even had one girl not show up to her session and block me, as if I care. If you don't want to come, don't come. But why did you invest your money and your time? Please, somebody like bring some type of clarity to it, because it's not like I'm a monster at the gym. I have tons of clients that have never trained ever, and they progress beautifully. So I'm just like, it ain't me, it's you. But I want to know what part of you is it, and where do you make your money, because I want that as a side hustle.
So I've been on TikTok for a little while now, and I mostly talk about relationships, manifestation, dating, things like that. And the thing that I actually don't talk that much about is my business, which is crazy because I started a company and it's a huge part of my life and who I am, and my identity is being the founder of a candy company called Behave. So this is actually a little bit of a vulnerability check. So 5 years ago, I had an idea around the fact that there's something really missing in the world of candy. And that was a healthier, low sugar candy that actually tastes good instead of the stuff that we are used to eating, which is just full of sugar, high fructose corn syrup, artificial ingredients, and that you typically feel really guilty and just kind of feel like crap after eating. So 5 years in the making, we have been developing the products, finding manufacturers, raising money from investors, and 3 years ago we launched the business, and I've been operating it ever since. And this past year has been an absolute rock bottom in my life, not only from the business, though that was contributing a lot, but just a lot of personal stuff going on too. On the business side though, given the economy, we were not able to fundraise. I had to cut my salary, we had to scale down our team, and we decided that we needed to completely reimagine and reformulate our product. So we had hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of inventory that we said, you know what, it's good, but it's not good enough, and we need to completely go back to ground zero and start over. All the while struggling to raise money from investors, running out of money in our bank account, and literally just not knowing what was going to happen next. And there were so many times in the past year where I was like, you know what, we're just going to have to shut down. Like, that's where things are headed, and I just have to accept it. And at first, that realization made me extremely anxious and sad, but for 100 reasons that were coming from my ego, right? I was like, I'm gonna lose my identity as a founder. I'm gonna lose these friends and these circles that I became a part of from running my company. I'm going to lose this huge financial opportunity that I thought I was creating for myself to get rich if the business was successful. I'm going to look bad. People are going to look at me as a failure and people are going to judge me. So for all these reasons, coming to the realization that we might have to shut down was really, really hard. And all of this is what drove me to that rock bottom. Well, the first of several rock bottoms, but just that initial realization of we may have to shut down and it's going to mean all these terrible things about me and for my ego. But it was actually hitting that rock bottom that made me revisit why I started the company in the first place. I have a massive sweet tooth and so does my dad, but my dad is diabetic. And growing up, I just remember watching him once a week, allowing himself to have one of those fun-sized Snicker bars, and that was his little candy sweet tooth indulgence every week because of his medical condition. And as I got older, I started struggling with the guilt and shame that always came with indulging in candy, and also just physically not being able to process it that well anymore. And realizing how insane it is that we still eat the same candy with the same and actually worse ingredients from the 1800s and the 1900s. This is why I wanted to build this company. And the whole story of how we got started is for another day, but in the interest of vulnerability, I'll just say this. This shit was so much harder than I was ready for. Frankly, I just was not equipped emotionally and spiritually for this journey. And add to it that in the process of launching my company, I went through a divorce and have been struggling with a close family member's addiction. Everything just felt like such an uphill battle. And the whole experience went from this thing that was so full of inspiration and creativity to something that just completely drained me. I started struggling with depression for the first time in my life. I hit lows that I didn't even know I was capable of hitting, all the while looking around and finding myself alone, having lost my partner from getting divorced and basically having no family support either through this addiction struggle. But side note, seriously, shout out to my sister and my friends and my business partner and my therapist who put up with all of it. So back to the story. Last year, I find myself with our business running out of money, struggling to raise money from investors, and asking myself, is it just time to call it a day? And again, this thought was scaring the shit out of my ego. But then through a breathwork session with an energy healer, I let it all go. I dug really deep past the ego stuff and realized that if my mental and physical health weren't in a good place, none of this even mattered. And so I let it go. I finally detached from all the ideas and conceptions I had about who I needed to be and what I needed to do. And it was in that moment of detachment that the light and the epiphany finally came through. For the first time, I told myself, you can shut down, we can leave this business behind, and I still love you. You are still valuable. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what the world thinks. I'm gonna love you and I'm gonna back you. And we can shut down if that's the right thing to do. And when I finally got to that place, magic. Like every single problem that felt so insurmountable and that I was at such a loss of what we needed to do to resolve it, magically started resolving itself. Insane solutions and opportunities that I couldn't even have imagined for us started to just show up out of nowhere. And in that rock bottom and in that moment of detaching from the outcome, I asked myself another question. I asked myself, if we are going to continue this business, why? I already tried building this business in service of my ego and validation and money and perfectionism, and it didn't work. So if we decide to double down and give this another shot, why are we doing it? And I came back to that original inspiration for Behave, which is that I want to reinvent the world of candy for everyone. I want everyone to be able to enjoy candy, whether you're diabetic or on a keto diet, if you're an adult, if you're a child, if you're a bodybuilder, if you're a stay-at-home mom. I want everyone to be able to enjoy candy with cleaner ingredients, less sugar, that still tastes amazing, and be able to enjoy that moment. I wanted to create candy that my dad could enjoy more than one little tiny piece per week. And from realigning with my original purpose, all of my inspiration and creativity was reignited. And when I tell you I had lost it, again, rock bottom, depression, barely getting out of bed, like crying before meetings because I didn't want to get on and have to talk about and deal with my business, transformed into getting up at 6 a.m. with no alarm because I have so many ideas flowing through me and I just have to get on my computer and start writing everything down. And sorry, this is an extremely long video with also like a background marching band because I live on a busy street in New York City. But the reason I'm making this is that I want to try something. So we are going to relaunch our brand in a couple of months with this new, better, improved formula that we've been working on for over a year. And I just want to start sharing more of the journey. I kind of want to challenge myself to start talking more about the business. I really am in this space of just feeling so inspired and proud of everything that me and our team have done and what we're going to be bringing to you guys in these next couple of months. So I'm just putting this out there almost as an accountability for myself that I want to start talking about this more. I want to be more open and vulnerable with my journey as a founder. And hopefully it can help somebody who's on the same path. And we have a lot of really exciting stuff coming, so stay tuned.
133%. You're probably like, girl, what's that, right? Well, that's since all the tariff issues, how much my income went down per week. Sure, we hope it picks back up, right? But like, this is an eye-opening thing for all of y'all out there. Not my lovely humans that are here and understand, but all y'all out there telling people to pick them up by their bootstraps, do this, add more jobs. Honey, I can't squeeze in more jobs. I work probably 80 hours a week. That's not a fucking flex. That is what it has taken to survive as a single mom and support my family and whatever. And the tariffs, you see, have really impacted things. Then you have the cost of living and everything else. So while I spent the last decade building my business, this is just a fucking shit show, ain't it? And towards the end of January, like, this isn't my only space. I'm small potatoes here, but whatever. I actually had to let go a lot of freelance employees, and that really hurt my heart there. And I was hoping that I would pick up rhythm and be able to bring them all back, because that was something that I don't want to say that I took a lot of pride in, but that's always been my goal, is as someone who's been homeless 3 times, being able to find something to add that little bit of extra, even if it's just a little side income, because baby, we all need it, was like really fantastic to me. But I had to let them go, and things have just been trickling down ever since. And you know, while you're out there listening to other people talk about their struggles, keep in mind that you only know a small snippet. Stop telling people to put in applications. I know a girl who has in over 450 applications, has been called for 50 interviews and 0 job offers. So just keep that in mind. And when you scroll past someone on your FYP, do them a favor, just engage with them. You know, I tried to say this last year, we're better together, because you know what? Literally with creator monetization, if you just engage with someone and enough people engage with that someone, it doesn't have to be me, honey. I'm talking the world over, because people are struggling. You can help pay their bills. Like, it's literally that simple. So everybody's talking about boycotting this, that, and the other. Do you know what happens? You're affecting the little person, because guess what? At the end of the day, the billionaires aren't going to feel that impact. You know what they're going to do? They're going to be letting go of employees. They're going to be cutting hours, okay? So in effect, I do get it. And unless we can collectively all do it for like a solid month straight, which, let's face it, that's impossible. We can't stop all things. Life has to continue. We have shit we need, whatever. And here's the thing. I'm rambling. It's the ADHD. I end up all over the place with these, and I apologize for that. But here's the thing. I've tried to say this before. We're essentially affecting the people that are already getting screwed, right? You know, because if it has enough impact, the number one spot that corporation, company, whatever, is going to start with cutting, it's labor hours. And the people that are employed by them are the ones suffering. And that's your already lower and middle class people that are already struggling, because it's a fucking shit show out there. And just for a little perspective, this isn't to make anybody feel bad. For the first time in like, I want to say around 6 or 7 years, I had to get extensions, I hope they stick to them, on my electric and my gas bill. So go out there and help small people. You see posts when you're scrolling your FYP, and I do this. If I see someone that doesn't have a lot of engagement, guess what I do, honey? That's the one I'm going to engage with. If I see someone that already has freaking 30,000 comments, they don't need me. That little person needs me. Why? Because we're better together and we can get there. And literally, what are we supposed to do out there? I'm just rambling today. I have a lot to do, and I just thought on this because I was looking at my figures. Unless something adjusts, literally 133% down last week for income, for my total week. 133% less than my average. All the while, cost of living is still increasing, isn't it? I swear to God, every time I turn around, and baby, I buy generic, okay? I'm not about to be, you know, really bougie with my groceries or anything like that, because I got to stretch what little bit of budget I have. But yeah, every time I go to reorder my items, somehow they went up a little bit, haven't they? Without fail, every week it's adjusted. My total is different because I have staple items that we keep. and whatever. And I'm rambling on and on. I hope y'all have an amazing day out there, amazing weekend. I better get some shit done to try and make up that difference. And it's really tiring when you know how much work you're putting in and it's not paying off. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I don't want a handout. I have always made this work my entire life because, you know, I don't have a degree. I'm dyslexic. I have dyscalculia. I do the absolute best I can. But here's the thing. What the fuck are we gonna do? Because it's just getting harder and harder. And I am not afraid of working. Y'all, I juggle multiple things already. But baby, I'm out of time. Like, there are only 24 hours in a day. And I need to sleep at least 2 of them, which that's a stretch lately. And then I also have, you know, 4 hours a day I dedicate to my homeschooling with my son right now. And we're going to kick that up as, you know, we age up into different grade levels and things too. So what the fuck do we do?
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.